streaming live. This is KSLA News Now.
Well, thanks for joining us. You're watching KSLA News Now. I'm Jeff Horchak. Here's a look at our top stories tonight. Shreveport police say they believe this car on your screen may have been involved in a deadly shooting last night. If you recognize this car, investigators say to contact Shreveport police immediately. Now, the community is shaken after the shooting possibly involving that vehicle took the life of a woman and left one man in critical condition. An unharmed child was also inside the car as this all happened. Tonight at 10, Caddo Corners bring us the identity of the victim killed, and we hear how Shreveport residents are reacting to this developing situation. Well, coming off of this weekend's shootings, a real effort has been made by city officials and law enforcement to decrease the crime numbers here in Shreveport. And the efforts have made somewhat of a difference as violent crime numbers in the city have gone down this year compared to last. But there's still work to be done. Sex crime numbers have risen in the city in 2025. Coming up at 10, I'll go more in depth on crime and the numbers in Shreveport this year. We'll also hear from some locals on what can be done to keep those numbers headed down. Well, locals in Shreveport have addressed their concerns after a video of a massive fight downtown circulated on Facebook. The police are investigating the fight, and city leaders have called a special meeting, and they're asking the public for help. Several people appeared to be involved in this incident. The SPD says they're still getting an official number on the count of people involved in this brawl. SPD also says they believe the fight happened just after 2 a.m. on Saturday. Tonight, we hear reactions from the Shreveport City Council addressing concerns over fighting and violent activity. And looking ahead to tomorrow, KSLA will be streaming a special meeting held by Shreveport City Council. That's at 10 a.m. It's regarding public safety concerns. There will be a variety of topics covered, ranging from loitering, fighting, and violent activity in downtown Shreveport and surrounding neighborhoods. The goal of the meeting will be to focus on strategies aimed at enhancing partnerships between law enforcement and the community in order to restore peace and accountability in the city. The public is encouraged to attend. And it's another cool night out there, I tell you what.
Yeah, those temperatures, once that sun went down, which of course is happening an hour earlier now, once the sun went down, those temperatures are dropping quickly. So if you're heading out tonight, definitely want to throw on that jacket. But we got warmer weather ahead of us over the next couple days. How about some highs maybe reaching 80 later this week? I'll have the details on that big warm-up coming up next.
Now, KSLA First Alert Weather.
Well, welcome back. Let's talk about those weather headlines. It's been a little chilly here the last couple of days, but that's about to change this upcoming week because we have high pressure that's going to dominate our forecast. And as that high slides to the east of the Arklatex, those winds are going to switch direction, coming more out of the south. And that's going to lead to a major warming trend. So we're talking, highs that could be close to 80 by midweek, maybe even reaching into the 80s later this week. And then another cold front's going to arrive as we head a bit closer to the weekend. Right now, though, temperatures are dropping pretty quickly, just like they have the last couple of evenings. We already got some 40s out there. 46 Magnolia, 46 currently in Natchitoches, still hanging on to the mid-50s in Shreveport, and actually Texarkana quite a bit warmer, still near 60 there. 47 though in Marshall and 57 in Idabel, so temperatures kind of all over the place across the Arklatex depending on where you are. As we head deeper into the evening, temperatures kind of hovering around 50 degrees through midnight and then sliding into the 40s as we head deeper into the night. Now, I don't think tonight's going to be quite as cold as last night was when we had all the 30s out there. We're talking mainly low to mid 40s tonight. Could still be a handful of upper 30s in our southeastern parishes, but I think overall tonight will be a little bit milder than it was last night, but you will definitely still need the jacket late tonight and tomorrow morning. Now for your Tuesday, Going to be a beautiful day. 58 by 9 a.m. up to about 70 degrees at your lunch hour. And we're looking at highs in the mid to upper 70s for tomorrow with tons of sunshine. A little bit of a breeze here out of the south that's going to help warm us up after that cool start. But it's going to be a really nice afternoon. 76 Texarkana, 78 Shreveport, 76 in Natchitoches. Rain chances, though, they're going to be hard to come by. Not much rain expected over the next 7 days. Maybe a tiny chance on Sunday. When you look at your 6 to 10 day rainfall outlook, we're calling for below average rainfall here for a while. Maybe a more active pattern as we look towards that 8 to 14 day time frame, but for the most part, it is looking to stay pretty quiet around here for the next 7 days. Here's that 7-day forecast. 78 degrees for tomorrow, 80 degrees on Wednesday, and we're going to see a stretch of warm weather here, low 80s for Thursday, Friday, and into Saturday, and then we do cool off again to the 60s by early next week. But if you're heading to the State Fair, it's going to be perfect weather for that. And, you know, typically, Jeff, when the State Fair arrives, it kind of goes along with the cold and rainy weather. But so far this year, it's looking pretty good.
You said you were out there this past weekend.
I was there on Saturday. It was very, very cold as soon as that sun went down. But this next weekend, I think it's going to be a lot warmer.
Good. That'll be good.
It'll be much better.
All right. Thanks, Matt. And thank you for watching our 9 p.m. Fastcast. You can join us right here for our next newscast at 10 o'clock tonight. As always, stay first alert to any breaking or developing news in the Arklatex by downloading our KSLA News 12 app. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here in less than an hour.